What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another clip, and another video by yours truly, the King of the Ring, the Sultan of SWAT. Who knows what that's from? Me, Josh. Hope you guys are having a good week. I am having a pretty good week myself. Got some things taken care of, some important things. I had a little bit of interesting drama. I had, let's just get started, huh? I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys have done anything interesting or cool, leave me a comment in the comment section, even if it's the year 2100, and you're the first person to comment on this video in 75 years. So if that's the case, leave me a comment, and maybe my AI self will read it. So first things first, I had a really rude customer this week, like really rude. They were so they came in at like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, wanting to get a phone repaired. I explained to them it's too late in the evening. I can't get the repair done this evening. It would be tomorrow that it gets done, but I'd be happy to create the work order so that they can just drop off the phone and have it done by tomorrow. So she was really rude. I was trying to explain to that, and as I was explaining all that, she kept putting her hand in my face like this and talking over me and really talking down and condescendingly. But I handled myself. I was like, okay, she's just this kind of person, Sometimes you just got to deal with that kind of person. It's still my job to do my job. So I did my best. I gritted my teeth and worked my way through it. I created the work order. I dealt with her attitude. She was acting the same towards her husband. Her daughter thought it was funny, but her poor husband, he was getting the brunt of the attitude a little bit too. And it was his phone that we were creating a work order for, his iPhone. So it wasn't even for her that we were here. It was for him that they were here. So I do the work order. I get it all done. I let them know that we've got the part. No, I let them know that I've got all the work order done. I'm about to check for the part, make sure we have the part. She says, you should have done that at the beginning. Well, unfortunately, I don't have access to the part list until I've created a work order and started looking it up. I'm not good enough to where I know all the different parts for all the different iPhones by SKU number and what our inventory status is. I have to look that up. But I dealt with her attitude on that front, and I continued the work order. I told her what it would cost, and she was like, I'm sure I'm not going to get any sort of discount for not being able to get it done today. And I was like, unfortunately, I can't do that. Apple sets the prices, not me. And I continue completing the work order, collecting payment, and I confirmed the phone number that we were going to contact her back at. I asked her if we can confirm the phone number that we would be contacting her at when the work order was complete and when the phone was repaired. And I repeated back her phone number that I had down, and she said something along the lines of, "Good job, Sherlock," super rudely. And at that point, I had just my cool factor, my inner Big Lebowski, my inner dude, kind of just tipped a little bit. And I said, you know what, ma'am? I haven't been rude to you. I haven't disrespected you or talked in a rude way to you the entire time you've been here. But that's all you've done to me. And you can just go find somewhere else to get your repair done. I don't need to deal with it. Somebody else can do your repair. Let me get a manager over here. And she said, well, I already paid. And I said, well, let me get a manager over here and we'll get you a refund. And I got the manager and we got her a refund. I left the room I left the area because I was getting a little frustrated, even though I was pretty much done with the situation. For me, I was still pretty heated. And so I came back here and I was just relaxing. I had let another customer know that I was going to need a few minutes just to chill out before I got to them. They were okay with it. But in the interim, I was back here watching on the camera, and she started doing the same thing to my manager, to my boss, sticking her hands in his face, talking over him, talking condescendingly. At one point, after he got her the refund, he just stopped talking to her and walked away. And came back here and ignored her, and she ended up finally going away. But I rarely have to deal with customers that are that rude. But it's still my job to try and serve them, even if they are rude. So, my job has now made it so that we can have customers that create appointments after 8 o'clock, which is a little frustrating because I'm by myself after 8 o'clock, and I am by far not an expert technician. So, sometimes I run into questions I just don't have the answers to, and or scenarios that I have no way to fix with regards to our systems and how things get run through. But there's nobody here to do that. Plus, see, that's just a surface level problem. Another problem with having these appointments after 8 o'clock is I get customers who think that just because they create an appointment, their device is supposed to be getting repaired at the same time as the appointment or right then. And they get very angry when they find out that it's too late at night to do a repair. We shouldn't be accepting appointments for repairs if we can't actually do the repair, especially for iDevices, at night after a certain point. Now, I can take appointments for sending an iPad off to Apple or a MacBook off to Apple if it needs to be. That's not a problem. But it's the ones that expect to have their device repaired while they're in the store, which it never is the case. But they get even more upset when they set an appointment thinking that's going to be the case, and it's late at night, and they get double whammied with no tech, and it's not going to get done the same day or when they're sitting down. I'm just repeating myself, rambling. But basically, I don't like that. Next week, on Sunday, we have our dang team meeting, store-wide team meeting at 8 a.m. So I'm going to have to be up at about 7 a.m. And then I go to work at 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. So I'm going to have like 12 hours here. I don't want to spend that much time here. But I'm going to need that extra 2 or 3 hours because they have cut back my hours. I got almost 15 hours less on my work schedule than I normally have. But I don't seem to be the only one getting the old cutback. Hopefully it's just a seasonal thing and not harbingers of other things to come, right? I don't think this store's going away anytime soon. It's the only tech store in in the area, so for a good distance. So let's see what else. I got Zelda. I got paid this week, so I got some of the phone bill paid. I got some of the internet paid. I got some of the watch bill for this stupid watch that I wasted money on paid. I got Zelda's vet appointment finally set up for next week on Wednesday. I believe that's Wednesday, the 16th of July at, I think it was 3:20. I got things taken care of. I'm tired. I ordered my keyboard since I'm having to use a computer that's in a completely separate room of the house. It doesn't get very good connection with my Bluetooth keyboard. So wasn't really a big fan of the keyboard I have on my old computer that died on me. And it's wired, not wireless, so it doesn't reach to the other room, so I wouldn't be able to use it. So I had to get a wireless keyboard to use. So I got myself a pretty decent one. It was about $100. It's a Razer wireless one. It looks really nice. Nicest wireless keyboard I ever owned, and pretty affordable too when it comes to decent keyboards. So I'm gonna test that out tonight. I just got it in the mail today. I got the kitchen cleaned up pretty good. I filled in a bunch of holes with expanding foam, anti-rodent foam. I put out fresh roach traps because apparently Ryan saw a roach the other day, and hopefully I can nip that one in the bud before it actually becomes a problem. We don't leave food out and stuff, so I don't know. It's just because we live in a shitty trailer park, you guys. The mice issue I put out. So I also put out mice poison, which I hope never gets to the cat. But the cat doesn't really eat the mice. He just plays with them. So I hope I don't regret that decision. But I needed to do something about the mice because they're just a non-stop issue. So hopefully the filling of the holes that they created and putting out this poison will help lower the population for a few months. Notice I said for just a few months because nothing seems to get rid of them. What else do we got, people? I am figuring out, I got an idea of what I'm going to get Ryan for his birthday. I'm going to try and get my brother to go in on it with me so I can get him a nice one and not a secondhand one. I know my brother can probably acquire what it is I want to get Ryan secondhand, but I want to get him something nice and new. Ryan always gets secondhand stuff, so but I don't want to divulge too much on my idea. I will acquire it on my own if I need to, but I thought maybe we'll see. But I've got an idea, Ryan, what I'm going to do for your birthday. We're also going to go see Spider-Man in a couple weeks. Me, my brother, Ryan, Stacy, and Gabe if he's available at the time. Hopefully he is. I'm sure he'd really like to see Spider-Man. I'd like to have him there. And PS Vita. I don't know why I told you, but okay. PS Vita. I am still playing Parasite Eve. I think I'm near the end of the game, to be honest with you. And then I'm going to play Parasite Eve 2. And then once I'm done with that, I'll play PSP's... because both Parasite Eve 1 and 2 were for the original PlayStation. And Parasite Eve 3rd birthday was for the PlayStation Pocket, the PSP. And I have all three of those on here, so I've been meaning to play through those for many years. I played them bits and pieces, but never all the way through. So, gonna check this one off my bucket list of games to play, of retro games. Anyways, you guys, I got Zelda her vet appointment, so she's finally gonna get that taken care of. I've been trying to do that for months. I wasn't able to really order any computer parts to get the computer project moving forward any further. I got one $60 part for the computer out of everything I need to get for the computer, so we're probably looking at around October, maybe, then I might be able to have all the parts acquired and all the money saved up for everything I need to get for that. And then it'll be around winter time again, fall, winter. So I probably won't bother getting an e-bike this winter. Hopefully at the beginning of next year, I'll be in a position where I can get an e-bike. I've been thinking about getting a car and then just driving it between here and my house. Unfortunately, the only way I'd be able to really do it is if I did it illegally without a license until I can get it all figured out and maybe get a license after I get more accustomed to the drive. But I don't really want to do anything illegal, and it kind of puts me in I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. The driving situation, I want to figure out either getting an e-bike, getting an e-scooter, getting a car and just driving it illegally until I can get legalized, or what. But I want to get this problem fixed so that I can maybe give myself a better chance at getting better work that isn't just within driving or within walking distance or lift distance of my house. I'll figure it out. My life, my situation, my problems to figure out. I'm just venting to ya. So until next time, you guys, stay cool and peace out. Much love.